this is Dr. Oatman. If you'd like to leave a message, I will get back to you shortly.
Hey, what's up? Looks like television has been dying for a while. Consider it like the prolonged death of a dementia patient called Bob, administered by the medical industrial complex. Feel free to imagine a big fat fly buzzing through hospital corridors, cruising past overflowing bedpans and abandoned food trays before landing on a leftover sandwich. The night shift has been freebasing cocaine and seems busy choreographing their latest dance routine, part of a sustained effort to go viral. The sleep-deprived looking MD shuffles in and downs a coffee mug filled with malt liquor. We could always do the conga, the doctor suggests, readjusting his private parts. The head nurse, a former exotic dancer and alumni of Vladimir's Pussycat Lounge, seems amused. She bends over, touching her toes, and says, "Oh, doctor, please," while gently smiling through her opened legs. "Fair enough," he mumbles, and pours himself another one. Meanwhile, Bob, the dementia patient, has been drifting in and out of consciousness. He seems to be wrestling a fever dream of sorts and lips a single word. Water. Dihydrogen monoxide, the goddamn essence of life. But there's no water around here, only piss, tears, and steel reserve. In his mind, he's lying in the dunes of a lonely desert, being slowly swallowed by the sands of time. Obviously, that's a lousy allegory for whatever, but it's more or less the point. I think the media has always been a twisted mirror image of ordinary life, a reflection in the eyes of the writers, producers, and so on, or whoever happens to be in charge of the medium and its message. I'd argue it doesn't have to be a shadowy cabal of cosmic eggheads micromanaging sitcoms, but maybe it's just a self-emergent kind of social dynamic. Between whoever happens to be attracted by the glitz and glamour of mass manipulation. Imagine a dark triad of sorts, coke, Adderall, and enjoying the smell of your own exit fumes. Weirdly enough, ordinary life is about as much a reflection of the media than the other way around. Like, consider the urban crime environment in context of youthful delinquents rapping about the joys of robbing your grandma. We've been pointing fingers like that since a teenage Julius Caesar started wearing loose togas. That said, blaming individual artists for the misdeeds of the disenfranchised seems a tad unfair, but their influence might be part of the equation, whereas human nature appears somewhat pliable. Our conceptualizations influence our actions, and our actions form concepts. Cultural feedback loops of sorts, acting like self-fulfilling prophecies. Take Hans Weingartner's Free Reiner from 2007, a media satire about a group of misfits secretly manipulating TV ratings and consequently shifting public perception. It's about the negative impact of bad television and the tyranny of low expectations, or rather about proving the misanthropes wrong and reversing a self-reinforcing cycle of cultural degeneration. I don't know about the ethics of reprogramming the human mind, but I dislike the idea of being programmed to begin with. Doesn't matter if it's intentional or just a side effect of consuming media. I don't want to be reduced to a bunch of parameters, snobs and diets to be finger blasted by some cybernetically minded taskmaster, someone who's getting all sweaty watching me masturbate. And that's coming from a strong pessimist. Maybe it really can't be fixed and we're just surfing the cosmic toilet flush, even if I'm not throwing fuel on the fires of ignorance and ugliness. Well, maybe I am. At least not on an industrial scale, purposefully while acting all high and mighty, like some cynical sleazebag being amused by further corrupting whoever he deems to be beneath him. Remember what I said about mirror images and the media being a reflection of life? I'd argue your audience is also an echo of yourself. Hence me thinking the sorry state of network television, or its disdain for whoever is left watching it, is kind of a self-critique. Maybe you aren't better than the unemployed, the dementia bobs, or the youthful delinquents, but a hemorrhoid on the sphincter of a culture in decline. There's a whole generation wasting away in lonely apartments, retirement homes, and hospices, being tranquilized by a never-ending cascade of diaper commercials, has-been actors shilling reverse mortgages, and what seems like elevator music for the soul. I figure if arms could reach through the white noise, a hand would grab you by the throat and suffocate you while whispering words of kindness, urging you to shush as you slip away. Our relationship with television is not a love affair. It's a goddamn hostage situation masquerading as a public service. Something that doesn't see us as human, but merely as a metric to be gamified. Granted, I'm full of it myself. I'm a narcissist urging for what exactly? Human kindness? Spending more time with old people? Hell, I'm wasting away myself. I was raised by the television and I might die by it. I'm not sure what I feel anymore, besides being comfortably numb and hearing the echoes of syndicated reruns bounce around in the back of my skull. As Sauron would put it, there's no life in the void, only death. You see, maybe the TV hasn't been dying, but just mutating or metastasizing, like a cancer that got introduced to our very bloodstream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. And even those seem to be undergoing transformation. Who knows what kind of strange birth defects will be introduced by artificial intelligence as we keep on slipping away into virtual reality. Long live the new flesh. Anyhow, I'm just blabbering. I got all serious and stuff too. I should be doing the dishes. So you have a good one. Catch you later.